DreAllDay.com.
Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. When I was coming up playing basketball, I would look at TV or a magazine and I would see some other basketball player out there, like a known person, like whoever was playing back when I was coming up, and I would see somebody who was a really good shooter, or I hear something about their shooting, their process for shooting, how they would practice, their training. And then I would start thinking to myself, all right, next time I work on my game, I'm gonna work on my outside shot. And then I would hear about a player who was good at driving and they like to lift weights. And I'm like, man, I need to start lifting weights. Then I hear about a player who they start taking care of their diet in a certain way, eating a certain way, cutting out junk food. They got in great shape and they became a much better player. So I think to myself, man, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm 16 years old. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna start, stop eating junk food and stop eating candy and chips and pretzels and all that stuff. And I'm gonna start getting myself in a good shape, and that'll help take my game to the next level. And everything that I saw from another player, a player who had been already accepted as successful, whether that was somebody in the neighborhood, somebody that someone I knew had heard of, whether it was someone on TV, on a magazine or something like that, I would always want to make an adjustment every time I saw somebody who was successful doing it, because I'm looking at myself, I'm like, well, I'm not successful yet, so I might as well use what this person is using. And that made sense because I was young and impressionable. And some of you who are in that age range now, maybe you're somewhere in that 14 to 21 or 14 to 25 age range, you're impressionable at this point. You're seeing other people who are successful, more successful than you at least, relative to you, they're successful, and they're doing this thing and then you think you may want to do it. And they're doing that thing and you think you may want to do that. And it doesn't even have to be basketball here. I'm just using basketball as an example, but I hear this from athletes, but it comes from people in the business world as well. And these days, and I'm recording this video in 2019, these days is even worse, simply because everybody can broadcast what they're doing, or at least what they want you to think they're doing, or what they want you to believe they're doing, or what they're about, or what they got, or what results they produce and how you can get the exact same results. Everybody can do it these days on a platform like this one, and all the other apps you have on your phones and your computers. It's all the emails you get, etc., etc. Back then, the time I'm talking about is like the 90s, when only a few people could broadcast themselves. And if you wanted to be broadcasted, you had to go to a limited number of gatekeepers who could broadcast people. And if you weren't in with them, nobody knew about anything you were doing. And I was impressionable then with all the messages that I was getting hit with on a day-to-day basis. So I can only imagine how you feel these days with all the messages you're getting hit with by a whole bunch of people who are marketing themselves, marketing their products, their services, their ideas, their philosophies, and trying to tell you, listen, I followed this philosophy and it only took me this much time and it happened this easily. All you gotta do is this, all you gotta do is sign up for that, all you gotta do is give me an email address for this, it only costs you this much money and this number of payments, and these things are gonna happen. So I can completely understand how people can get caught in that matrix of impressionability, and every single day or every week there's something that you want to change to, or something different that you want to do, because everybody's telling you how great things are going for them, and you could get the exact same result if you just follow them. And hopefully some of you understand exactly what I'm talking about here. I think that you do. So what the message that I want to get across to you in this video is to understand that for anyone to reach success, quote unquote success, and I mean a real success to where they've actually achieved something on a level at which you would eventually want to achieve something, even though they may tell you that you can get their success, or at least get close to it, by following a few simple steps, or doing these few easy things, or it'll only take you 30 days, or just follow these 2 simple hacks and everything's going to turn over for you, and all you got to do is pay me $99 to get the information. Understand something. Any success that anyone achieves in life, any lasting foundational success that anyone achieves in anything, athlete, business person, religious person, I don't care what they do. They could be a teacher, a philosopher, they could be an electronics person, a technician, scientist, doesn't matter. It's a result. That success is a result of slow and steady progress and specific disciplines followed over an extended period of time. That's how anybody reaches success. There is no other method. There is no other process. There's no hack to that. Okay, there's no, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word. There's no shortcut to that. Okay, for you to reach that success, you have to follow those steps in whatever your process may be. So if it's playing ball, yeah, there's a whole lot of elements to go into playing ball, but you need to apply all of them over a consistent period of time for an extended period of time in order to get that success that's going to last to where you become that somebody in basketball. And you can swap out the word basketball and put in any other sport. You can put in business, you can put in education field, the technology field, the legal field, the medical field, anything. It's an extended period of effort and discipline. And when I say discipline, I mean, there's a lot of things that I can say about that phrase. You know, that's one of the things that I specialize in, is talking about discipline. It's a whole lot of boring stuff. There's a whole lot of doing the same stuff. There's a whole lot of things that are not sexy, they're not exciting, it's not even really, share worthy, so to speak, because it's the same thing over and over and over again. So maybe share worthy the first time you do it, and maybe the last time you do it, and maybe once a month because people forgot about the last one that you shared, but it's pretty much the same thing over and over and over again. So when you are looking at other people's messages and stories and their marketing and telling you how you could do this and you'll get a result, or you could do that from this other person, or this thing from that other person over there, I'm not telling you that they're wrong. I'm not telling you that they're lying. Some of them are wrong and some of them are lying, but not all of them. Some of them are actually telling you the truth. But there's two things that I want you to take from this video. Number one, the hacks or the strategies or the quick things. Anybody trying to sell you on you'll get these results in this short period of time, it's bullshit. And it doesn't mean that that person didn't get results. It's just that they're playing a marketing game. And in the marketing world, it doesn't sell to tell people that, listen, if I came on here, right, and let's say I'm trying to sell you a basketball training program, and I told you that, yo, all you got to do is follow this program for the next 72 hours, and all of a sudden you're going to be dribbling like Kyrie, or you're going to be jumping like, I don't know, LeBron James, or you're going to have a jump shot like Kevin Durant or Steph Curry. It might sell a few of you, not if I said it that way, but I could perfect that. I could perfect the words and get it to sound the way that would really get your attention, really get you intrigued, and maybe get you to buy it, but it's not going to produce that result. And it doesn't mean that I'm not good at the thing that I'm teaching. It doesn't mean I'm not good at the thing that I'm selling. I probably put in years to get that good, but I'm trying to tell you that you can get it in 30 days, or you can get it in 2 weeks, or you can get it in 10 hours. All you got to do is follow the things that I said, But I put in all this work all these years. But if I come up here and tell you that, yo, you got to put in work for 10 years, or you got to work on your handle every single day for 5 years to have handle, like I did in one of my videos, you know how people respond to that? They're like, that sounds like too much work. That sounds too hard. I'm not really interested in that. Do I really got to work on my handle for 5 years? Do I really got to put in all this time and all this effort? What if I put in all that time and I don't get a result? That's how people respond when you tell them the truth about discipline and actually creating real long-term results. But that's what the truth is. In marketing, nobody does that because it doesn't work. It doesn't sell. It doesn't sell to tell people that it's going to take a long time. And some people who choose not to use the hype machine marketing, and I could put myself in that group of a person who doesn't use the hype machine when it comes to marketing. I'll tell you the truth, that it's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of effort. You do need to put in the work up front before you get the results, and it's going to be times where you're feeling like, I don't know if this is working. I don't know if I'm even getting the results that I expected. I don't know if I'm the right person doing the right thing. This is all part of the game. And this is where someone who can be a coach or a mentor or something comes in to help you. But the 2 points that I'm making here, anyway, to get back to what I'm saying, is number one, is a long extended period of time of effort and discipline to create results. And number two, if someone's trying to tell you the quick thing, all they're doing is trying to sell you. And it doesn't mean that they cannot help you produce results, but it's not going to be through the quick thing. It's going to be through the discipline thing. And the discipline thing takes a whole lot of time. And if you sit down with anyone who's become successful and you really get them to be honest with you, they will tell you the real about the time that it takes to create success. But again, as human beings, by nature, all of us, myself included, we are lazy and we're looking for the quick thing. All right, we want quick successes. We want easy wins. We want things to come to us with relatively little effort, and we don't want to have to work too hard for them. Because that's just our nature as human beings. That's why when you go on you see somebody's Facebook ad or a commercial on TV, nobody's telling you, yo, do this work for 10 years, you'll get success. Nobody says that, even though it's the truth. Why? Because it doesn't work. Because human beings are not interested in that. We're interested in right now, tomorrow, next week, 72 hours, these 3 tips. So it's a matter of you being mentally disciplined enough to understand that everything you're hearing about the quick things that get your attention, or maybe I should change to this, maybe I should do what this guy did, maybe I should do what this person over here is doing, maybe I should do what that person's doing, you need to stick to, first of all, figure out what your disciplines are going to be. And that's when you can get help from someone who's a subject matter expert in whatever field, who knows their stuff, someone whom you trust, and you got to decide who that person is going to be. Who do you trust? Who has the information? Who do you believe can help get you from where you are to where you want to get to? That's a decision that you have to make. And life is all about decision making. First of all, make that decision. And secondly, whatever that person gives you or whatever that person tells you, you follow it through to its conclusion. Follow it as far as you need to follow it with that person. And it doesn't mean that that person is going to be like your mentor for the rest of your life. They may be your mentor for a season, for 6 months. They may be your mentor for getting from a middle school athlete to a college athlete, but then you need somebody else to take you from the college to the pros. They may be your mentor for getting your business started to where you're actually making a few $100s a month, but then you get somebody else who could take you from that few hundred to maybe a full-fledged, full-time business to where you could quit your full-time job, whatever other thing you were doing to make this your main thing. So you can have people for seasons, but you need to choose who your people are going to be. Who are you going to follow? Who are you going to listen to? Who has the material? And I'll give you one simple guideline to follow when choosing who your people are going to be. Your mentors, and this could be someone you know in person, or it could be someone on the internet, like a YouTuber or Instagrammer or a writer or someone who writes books, someone who blogs, someone who has a podcast. How you're going to decide on this person is easy. These days, everybody's puts out free material, such as this video right here. It costs you nothing except your time and attention. People who are really experts in their subject matter have plenty of material out there that you can sample so you can see whether this person knows what they're talking about or they don't. Have they given you any information that's been useful? Have they given you anything that you've used yourself and has actually improved your situation in that particular area? Do you like the way this person communicates? Does this person sound like somebody, if you were talking to them one-on-one, you would actually want to keep having a conversation with them? These are simple questions you need to be asking yourself. And then ask yourself, does this person have a ton of material out there? Because someone who's an expert in their subject matter has a ton of material on their subject matter simply because they know it. They know their subject really well. If you're going to put out a ton of content for free, such as podcasting or YouTubing or even on social media, they're probably passionate about it. And you want somebody who gives a damn about what they're doing. They're not just doing it for a check or just doing it to get some attention, but they actually have some passion behind it and they know their stuff. And then you got to ask yourself, is this person a good fit for me? Do I want to watch this person on video every day? Do I want to read this person's stuff every 2 days? Do I want to really listen to this person's voice, all the time when I need information on a certain subject? Those are questions you need to ask yourself, but I guarantee there are plenty of people out there who will fit the description if you ask, first of all, those questions, and second of all, if you go looking. They are out there, they are available in whatever area you want, so narrow it down. I know there's a million people out there blogging and vlogging and podcasting and every other else ing that you can do that put yourself out there these days. You choose the few who you're going to follow, that narrow path of people you're going to follow who fit those criteria that I just gave you, and stick to the disciplines that those people give you, because listen, you chose them. If you chose them, to stick to what they say. And if you're not going to stick to what they say, then you need to choose somebody else. But that should help you stay on the narrow path, straight and narrow path of discipline of how to get from point A to point Z. And that person, I'll give you one last thing. That person should have some type of process or path in place where they explain, okay, if this is the outcome you want, then these are the steps that need to be taken. Step one is this, then this, then this, then this. Now you may have to pay for some of that. I'm going to keep it. People are in business. This is business. You may have to pay for some of it, but some of it they should be given to you. Again, material that you know about. That's the only way you would know about them anyway, is if they have something out there for free for you to at least sample the material or get a feel for their personality, their style, and all of that. So hopefully that helps some of y'all with the overwhelm you may feel with so many content creators and so much content and so many messages and so many do this, listen to this. This is the best way out there these days, and it's only going to get worse. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's going to get worse before it gets better. So narrow your focus, narrow the number of people you listen to, choose your mentors, and then whatever your mentors are telling you to do, follow it. Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.